In this video, you will discover the hidden car brands that make unexpected products, and some of them will completely change how you see the cars you drive every day. Number 10. BMW Bicycles. Long before the BMW badge ever appeared on a motorcycle tank or a luxury sedan dashboard, it was stamped onto a bicycle frame. In 1954, BMW engineered one of the very first aluminum bicycles ever sold, decades before aluminum became normal in cycling. Then, in the 1960s, BMW engineers took the front suspension fork of a motorcycle, shrunk it down, and bolted it onto a mountain bike, quietly inventing modern suspension for cyclists in the process. Most people assume BMW bikes are a gift shop souvenir. The reality is harder to accept. BMW has been solving real cycling engineering problems for over 70 years, using the same hydroformed aluminum techniques that go into their cars. And that alone would be strange enough. But the next brand on this list hides something even less expected under a reputation most people think they already understand. Number 9. Yamaha Boats. Yamaha has been quietly powering the world's water for over 60 years, and almost no Yamaha owner realizes it. It started in 1960, when the founder bolted an American outboard motor to a Japanese boat, watched it fail, and decided his company would do it better. The first engine, the P7, was a 7-horsepower unit. The second, a tiny 3-horsepower model called the P3, used a corrosion-resistant silicon alloy so effective it wiped out every rival engine in Japanese fishing harbors within a few years. Today, Yamaha makes everything from a 2.5 horsepower outboard to a 350 horsepower V6 4-stroke monster. They operate a 42-acre jetboat factory in Tennessee. They have manufactured over 12 million outboard engines. And in 2022, Yamaha became the first company on Earth to sell a marine engine that captures microplastics out of the ocean as it runs. The brand people associate with motorcycles and pianos is also the brand keeping a huge portion of the world's leisure boating industry afloat. Number 8. Suzuki Outboards. Here is a fact that rearranges how people see Suzuki. Many of the boats cruising the coasts of Thailand, the Philippines, Greece, Mexico, and Italy are powered by Suzuki, the same Suzuki that sells the tiny hatchback in a European supermarket parking lot. Suzuki's marine division launched in 1961, and the two Japanese giants immediately became bitter rivals on the water. In 1997, Suzuki introduced the world's first 4-stroke outboard with electronic fuel injection. In 2017, they released the DF350A, a 350-horsepower V6 outboard with twin counter-rotating propellers, an engineering configuration so unusual every competitor has since tried to copy it. Then came the reveal no marine engineer had attempted before. In 2022, Suzuki released a production outboard engine that physically filters microplastic debris out of seawater while the boat is moving. The same company selling a cheap city car in Europe is quietly running one of the most advanced marine engineering programs on the planet. Number 7. Volvo Construction. Most people see the Volvo logo and think of a safe Swedish family sedan. What they do not realize is that Volvo also builds some of the largest dump trucks on Earth. Volvo Construction equipment makes 60-ton articulated haulers, giant excavators, bulldozers, wheel loaders, and road pavers used on mining sites from Australia to Chile. The division traces back to 1832, nearly a full century before Volvo ever built a car. In 1966, Volvo invented something that changed heavy industry forever. The world's first articulated dump truck, nicknamed Gravel Charlie, a vehicle that could haul massive payloads across terrain no rigid truck could survive. The division was the first to make rollover protection cabs mandatory in 1972, a safety standard later adopted worldwide. Today, Volvo builds battery electric excavators, hydrogen-powered haulers, and autonomous mining machines. The same brand selling a safe family crossover is the same brand moving the iron ore that became the steel inside it. And the next brand takes that industrial disguise to a level most people find genuinely uncomfortable. Number 6. Mitsubishi Machinery. The Mitsubishi logo on a small crossover is the tip of an industrial iceberg so massive that most car buyers never suspect it exists. Mitsubishi Heavy Industries is the reason the Mitsubishi name exists at all. It started with a single Japanese shipyard in 1884, and by the 20th century was building battleships, fighter aircraft, turbines, missiles, cranes, nuclear reactor components, and industrial forklifts. In 1971, Mitsubishi developed the world's first automated guided forklift, a self-driving warehouse vehicle decades before autonomous cars were even a concept. Today, the same conglomerate produces rocket launch systems and the world's largest container ship engines. The car division was actually spun off in 1970 as a separate operation, so when someone buys a Mitsubishi Outlander, they are holding a consumer badge attached to one of the most diversified industrial empires in human history. Number 5. Toyota Forklifts. Here is a fact that breaks most people's entire understanding of Toyota. Toyota is not primarily a car company. Toyota is the largest forklift manufacturer in the world and has been for over a decade running. The division began in 1956 with a 1-ton lift truck called the Model LA. It has never stopped scaling. In the year 2000, Toyota acquired the Swedish firm BT Industries and became the global #1 in material handling. That same year, they introduced the world's first AC-powered electric forklift, an efficiency breakthrough the entire industry had to copy. Toyota forklifts lift containers at the port of Rotterdam. They move pallets through Amazon warehouses. Every major retailer on Earth runs Toyota lift trucks through their logistics. The reliability that sells the Camry is the exact same Toyota production system building the forklift underneath it. But before we reveal the final four, the next brand hides a secret most people find impossible to believe until they see the paperwork. Number 4. Tata Steel. When most people think of Tata, they think of small Indian cars or the Jaguar and Land Rover acquisition in 2008. Almost nobody realizes that Tata is not originally a car company at all. Tata is a steel empire. The Tata Iron and Steel Company was founded in 1907, a full 47 years before Tata ever built its first truck. The founder's vision was not vehicles, it was giving India industrial independence through steel. Today, Tata Steel is one of the 10 largest steel producers on Earth, making over 30 million tons of steel annually, supplying automotive plants across Europe, building stadium girders, the hulls of ships, and, in a perfect loop, the chassis of Tata's own cars. In 2007, Tata Steel acquired the British steel giant Chorus for roughly $12 billion, one of the largest Indian takeovers of a European company ever recorded. The car badge is the outer skin of something that was always first and foremost a furnace. Number 3. Subaru Aircraft. This is the one that stops almost every Subaru owner cold. The company that makes the Outback and the Impreza is also a serious aerospace manufacturer. Subaru Corporation was formed in 1953 from the remains of Nakajima Aircraft, one of Imperial Japan's biggest wartime aviation companies. When Nakajima was broken up after the war, the engineers did not disappear. They rebuilt the company and started making cars on the exact same factory floor that once produced fighter planes, but they never stopped building aircraft. Subaru builds the T-7 turboprop trainer used by Japan's Air Self-Defense Force pilots. Subaru assembles the UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter under license in Japan. And here is the part that changes everything. Subaru builds the center wing sections of the Boeing 777 and the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, two of the most advanced passenger jets ever flown. Every time a 787 takes off anywhere in the world, a piece of it was made by the same company that sold someone a Forester that morning, and the next two brands push that contrast further than any reasonable person would expect. Number 2. Honda Jets. Honda is the only car maker on this list that actually designs, builds, and sells a certified business jet to civilians. The idea began as a secret research project in 1986, driven by the founder's personal obsession with aviation. It took 29 years to reach market. In December 2015, the Honda Jet received full certification from the United States Federal Aviation Administration, making Honda a legitimate aircraft manufacturer. By 2017, it became the single best-selling light business jet in its class, outselling rivals built by companies that had been making aircraft for an entire century. The aircraft has a unique engineering signature. The engines are mounted above the wings instead of under them, a layout every aerospace engineer said would fail, but which reduced drag and expanded cabin volume. Honda spent over 3,000 flight test hours proving it worked. The company that sells the Civic is the only one in history that also builds a jet certified to carry paying passengers through the sky. Number 1. Hyundai Ships. This is the reveal that rearranges the entire picture. Hyundai, the brand selling compact cars in driveways all over the world, operates the largest shipyard on the planet. Hyundai Heavy Industries was founded in 1972 in Ulsan, South Korea. The founder had no shipbuilding experience, no yard, no ships, and only a vague promise of 2 tanker orders. He built the world's largest shipyard from flat ground and delivered his first 2 supertankers in 1974. Within a decade, Hyundai was the #1 shipbuilder on Earth. In 2014, Hyundai delivered the largest container ship in history at the time, a 19,000-container giant longer than the Empire State Building laid on its side. Hyundai now builds oil tankers, liquefied natural gas carriers, floating offshore oil platforms, naval destroyers, and diesel engines so large they power United States Navy submarines. Every Elantra sold feeds back into a conglomerate that simultaneously delivers fully assembled aircraft carriers to world navies. None of these 10 brands started out intending to dominate industries outside cars. But once a company learns how to build something complex at scale, that knowledge does not stay locked inside one product. The same engineering that keeps a sedan running in a suburban driveway can lift a container in a port, carry a passenger across the Atlantic, or float 200,000 tons of crude oil across an ocean. The badges look familiar. What sits behind them almost never is.